People. Que pasa, sapa, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds call it news with a buzz. This one is called Warning, 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 Warning. Please to take heed. If you have an account in any bank in Jamaica, whether it is NCB, Scotia, just about any bank, please to make sure that you're keeping tabs on your account. Please to check it daily or at least 2 or 3 times a day, or else you will be a victim of all of the thievery, the scam, the sham, the fraudulent activity that is being perpetuated in most banks in Jamaica. And this is based on the amount of complaints that I've gotten from numerous persons every day for the last month or the last couple of years. If I had a penny for all the complaints that I've gotten, I would be a rich man. I am speaking about multi-millionaire US dollars. And what is so sad about this whole situation is that this is not, or these are not just one-off. This is not any sort of isolated incident. This is widespread. And I am sure that if you yourself have not been a victim, you know somebody, some sort of friend, some sort of family member that has been a victim. But the sad situation is that not that people are being hacked, people are being scammed, people are losing their money on a daily or hourly or minute, momentary basis, is the fact that when you try to contact the bank, you are not getting any sorts of justice, you are not getting any sorts of result. The only thing that you're getting is all sorts of runaround and all sorts of BS excuses. You will not be satisfied, none at all. You are going to be frustrated without a shadow of a doubt. It is quite obvious that the scammers, the hackers, they have these banks, they have these financial institutions by the balls. They are smarter than the security consultants in the bank. They are always one step ahead of them and people. That is because most of the hacking that is going on, it is internal. So the fact that it is internal, meaning that the corruption, the infestation, the infiltration, it is going to be very, very hard to stop. And that is because when or during the Big C situation, they outsource most of the work, most of the customer's account, most of the customer's password to people in the outside, meaning foreigners, or even worse, they scam them in Jamaica. So therefore, they are the ones that are looking over your password. They are the ones that have your information. I am speaking about personal information. So therefore, do not listen to what these banks are telling you, that these information are safe. People, they are not. Each account or each program is programmed by somebody. If that person is corrupt, if that person is a scammer, they will always sell or trade your information for proceeds of the crime. People, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. However, I will say that there will be no sorts of return on your money. Even if these companies have insurance, the insurance is not going to cover the bulk of the fraudulent activities. And even if you do any sorts of lawsuit, that is going to take forever and a day. You might DIE before you get any sorts of justice. You will not get any sorts of government assistance. You will not get any sorts of regulatory body assistance. Pretty much you're going to be on your own. So therefore, you are banking at your own risk. So people, like I said, I have gotten so many complaints about people from different banks, different financial institutions, and it is all the same. All a bunch of frustration, all a bunch of no sorts of result, all sorts of runaround, all sorts of promises. So people like them say, a promise is a comfort to a fool. I am going to let you listen to the case of one man explaining everything in intricate details, and people, I think this man's side of the story summarizes everything that is going on in Jamaica. Some might be worse and some might be better. However, the fact is that nobody is getting any sorts of result. Nobody is getting any sorts of answers. It is just a bunch of questions. However, people are being ignored totally. Take a listen, take a look, and then I'll give my piece.
I'm doing this video to let anyone out there who have an account with NCB or who intend on having an account with NCB to be careful. If you have one in NCB, take your money out there and run. If you're planning on opening an account with NCB, take your money from NCB and run. Because some things is going on in NCB right now where I'm telling you, it's going to leave a lot of us Jamaican bankrupt. All right? They have a saying to say, if it don't break, don't fix it. And that is what is going on in NCB right now. The reason why you see they are changing all of them top brasses in the bank is because something fishy is going on in there and management is aware of it and they are doing nothing about it with the concern to the small man. Yes, they are changing the top brass, but still, we the small man not getting any justice. So I'm going to tell you now, Jamaicans here in Jamaica and Jamaicans in the diaspora, listen to me. If you have your money in NCB, take it out and run. If you're planning on putting any money into NCB, take it out and run. Hear me clearly. Recently, I was home about 4 months ago. About after 7 the night, I get a notification that someone trying to use my account at Price Mart in Kingston. Now, I live in Mandeville, but it was declined. I get up, I check my account, everything was okay. About 2-3 times for the night, I check my account, everything was okay. The following morning, I get up, I check my account, everything was okay. But I went into the bank in Mandeville and I explained to them what was going on. This is what they did. They changed my card. They gave me a new card. All right. Later on, I learned that when something like this happened, they should have just shut down the account and changed my security features. But I learned the hard way. Okay. After I changed the card, after that, I realized that money started coming out of my account from that very same day. I wasn't aware of this though, because I get no notification like what happened the night before. All right, this happened on Wednesday night and I went into the bank on Thursday. And by Monday, all of my money, thousands of dollars in US dollars, add up to millions in Jamaican dollars, that was wiped out, totally wiped out over a weekend. Okay? When I found out that Monday afternoon, I went to the bank, but it was a bit late, so I had to call customer service. I spoke to a young lady and I explained to her what was going on, and she said, okay. She said that she'll get back to me. She called me back a few hours later and she gave me a case number and said I should go back into the bank tomorrow with my case number. Okay. But she said to me, Mr. Williams, I have good news for you. She said, we locate where the money went. She said the money went to Scotia, Ligani, and she gave me the name of a person, which I will not disclose right now. Okay, I went into the bank the following morning and I explained all of this to them. They tried to give me a new card again, but then one of the agents who was next door said, see, I'm sitting beside the agent who I was dealing with, said, no, the account should be closed down. So they closed the account down. All right, and they said to me that they're going to give me 17 days. So the 17 days, I was there waiting. I get no response from them within that 17 days. So I waited until about 3 weeks, 21 days, I gave them a call. So I gave customer service a call. Customer service said, okay, let them check. When they checked, they said there's nothing come down, so they're going to escalate the case. This happened again. I went call back another 3 days, the same thing. Another 3 days, 7 days, passing by the same thing. So I said, okay, this is not making any sense, right? So I went into the bank. So when I went into the bank, the customer service agent lady was at the bank in Mandeville where I spoke to. So I explained that, no one calls me. So she said, okay, she's going to put someone onto the case. Before I reached into the parking lot, I got a call. And this call came from a Mr. Davis who said that he was from the cyber unit. And he started to ask me some questions like what the customer service asked me about anyone calls me, do I get any text message, do I get any email? And the answer remained the same, nothing changed. So he said I should go on my phone and I should text scamming, I should text account and 2 other words that he gave me to text in. Nothing happened. So he said, okay, he'll call me back in an hour. An hour time, he didn't call me. So I called him about 2 hours after. Asked me to do the same thing again. Nothing happened. So he said, okay, he's going to call me back in another hour again. Hour time passed, didn't call me. I called him about 2 hours after. Tell me to do the same thing, nothing happened. He said, okay, he's going to call me back again. He didn't call me back. So I called him the following day because it was now getting late after all these hours. It was now getting late, so I called him the following day. So when I called him, he said, my case doesn't look too good. So he's going to turn it over to Mr. Heron. A few days passed, I didn't hear from Mr. Heron. So I called back Mr. Davis, and Mr. Davis, shortly after that, I get a call from Mr. Heron. I spoke to Mr. Heron. I explained the same thing to him as I explained to Mr. Davis and the customer service. So I told him about the message that I get. He said I should email it to him. I emailed it to him, and a whole week passed, and I did not hear back from this man. Okay? So I went back into the bank because I explained to them that, listen, I'm not getting anywhere with this thing. So I was put on to a manager into the bank, and she get in touch with Mr. Aaron on the phone. I couldn't hear what he was saying, but based on my observation of what he was saying, is that he's turning back the case over to Mr. Davis. All right. So she said, okay, she's going to get on it. She's going to work with me. All right. So I should message her the following day to remind her. I did that. She and I was in communication for over a month. All right. Now, one of the things that puzzled me with this case is that I wasn't allowed to draw or to withdraw or to transfer X amount of money because I wanted to, a few days before all of this started to happen, I wanted to transfer $324,000, right? And the system would not allow me to transfer the $324,000. I had to transfer it $124,000. Now, when the money was being withdrawn out, the money was being taken out in $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, and there was no notification. How is this possible? When I have my token with me, and I thought the token was supposed to be for a security reason, I get no notifications, and all of this money went out. Okay, so after a month passed now, and we were still in communication, I got a message. I messaged the bank because they never messaged me at first. I always have to message or call them. So they asked me to come in. So when I went in, they gave me a letter now to saying that the bank is not responsible for the disappearance of my funds. Now, my thing is, if someone give me their money to keep and it goes missing, yes, I can call in the police, yes, of course, but I am responsible for that money. I am responsible for the safekeeping of that money. So if we given the bank our money to keep and it goes missing, and NCB cannot be held, so they're not going to be held responsible for it, then what sense does the government forcing us to bank our money for? Why are we being forced to take our money to put into a bank? Why are we being all these advertisements and TVs telling you safeguard your money, safeguard your money, safeguard your money into a financial institute? This don't make any sense. You understand? So here I am now, wake up one morning and could be a broke man. I'm putting this out there now. I'm putting this out there because this is, for instance, let me use my mother as an example, who has never worked into a system. And she does her little higgling over the years, and she put up her little 2 cents, bank her money. And at 75, she doesn't have a pension to come in. And at 75, she get up one morning and find out that all of her money wiped out from her account. She saved this money so she could live with little dignity before she dies. So she would be able to, finance her little medication before she dies. And for her to get up one morning, I'm putting her in my space right now, my position right now. And for her to get up one morning and then realize that she has nothing, and then the bank will not, be held responsible for it. You see, the laws in this country And the laws that govern these banks are not protecting us, the small people.
Now, people, like I have said on many occasions, and I will continue to say, Jamaica are run like a potty shop. Jamaica is the most unprofessional place where people can take advantage, abuse you. Pretty much Jamaica get FUCK, no salts of Vaseline, no salts of lubricant. Pretty much you're gonna get sodomized without a shadow of a doubt. Now, as to what this man says, I am not sure why they changed the upper management. All I know is that this thievery is internal. It is widespread. The hackers, the thief, the fraudulent people actually work inside the bank. That is why they get easy access to your accounts. And when we think about a bank is in the business of making profit. It is not about losses. So therefore, when this thing is widespread and the insurance cover so much, whatever else, it is going to fall on you. Now, because I know the mentality of these Jamaican, these bank managers and these people from uptown, I am sure that wherever there's any sorts of dormant account, those are accounts that people left, put money and gone. Either them gone by unfortunate means or them just not remember, them have memory loss. I am sure that all of those accounts are being raided by people in a upper management and even the hackers them. And if you're from overseas, you have overseas foreign accounts, we are talking about US pounds or whatever, best believe that you're going to be an equal opportunity target, because them a figure that person they are America, them they are UK, them they are Canada. They are not checking, especially when they see that these people just deposit money, them now withdraw. They are going to do the withdrawal for you. So the moral of the story is this: you have to help yourself, save thine own self, because customer service definitely can't help you. Management can't help you. There is no sorts of chain of command. One person send it to that person, and then that person send you back, and them send you back, and have you go back and forth like a pendulum. The government don't care. They are the friends of the government. The regulatory bodies don't care. And good luck trying to sue these banks. It is going to take forever and a day. The only thing, like I said before, that you're going to get excuses, you're going to get gamesmanship. It is all going to be delayed tactics to frustrate you at the end of the day. If you do not save yourself, as meaning cut your losses, cut ties with the bank, take your money and run, you can best believe once this starts, they are only going to freeze up your accounts. The person that is going to be inconvenienced and cannot get access to their funds, it is going to be you. And isn't it ironic that the scammers, the fraudulent people, the hackers, they have all access to your account. So therefore it seems as if you are saving for the thieves. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like this, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. And last but not least, please subscribe to my next channel. It is called Jamaica Dancehall Source. I'll be pinning the link to that channel in the description of this video. Bless up.